Alright. Hello there. We are not playing a game. We're not playing a game this Sunday like we normally do. I'm actually going to work some more on this art because I need to get it done for the monthly Patreon stuff. So I'm going to be streaming some of it. Because why not? I've been doing the shorter post-mortem videos of like explaining how I go through it. So this one I can just have a little bit of it happening live. But yeah, okay, so this is another illustration where I was trying to have a more integrated, like, full piece, because I had focused a lot on characters and creatures singularly for a very long period of time. So I'm trying to create a snapshot of something going on. This in particular is a scene from the Amber campaign story thing that's kind of taken a life of its own that I work on with Carrie Twin. It hasn't yet happened in the story yet, which is why this is less of an Amber campaign and more of just an evolving creative writing story. So like I had this idea immediately in my head of the wolf creature thing. It was a person that basically they have a power to shapeshift, and when the stress becomes too great for just like the shapeshifting is built on survival, the body just automatically shapeshifts for survival. So when it becomes too great, and this is coming right from the Amber Diceless books, really, drawing from this. They can have like a primal form, essentially, where it's just a creature that just is focused on survival. And I don't even know how that would really, like, what that would really look like, but I had to create some kind of form for it. So I came up with this that kind of also plays on who this person is and the things he's dealing with and how he came to even be in this position where he was lost to this primal form, and where the creature would go to kind of feel safe. And the woman, Tanith, there, is trying to talk him down. Who knows how all that's gonna work. And the spiders are just there for extra drama, because it felt lacking. I needed to have some kind of tension, I guess, to the image to make it feel like, oh, what's about to happen? What is going to happen here? Because it's just an added extra rogue element. So yeah, the last month I was really working on something warm and fuzzy. And this, I wanted to kind of really play with the feeling of the image, this dark, mysterious forest. And originally I had this in a blue cast, but I got it to be more and more green, because that's originally the planet that he was from was a very green planet with lots of trees. So I wanted to really give it, because in the beginning it was just like, oh, the mysterious nature of it, so blues, grays, purples, but I gradually added in more and more green, became more comfortable with that feeling of it just being a very dense, rich with life kind of place. So this is what I've got so far with figuring out my colors and putting in some textures and just really trying to get the feel of it in place. And I'm at the point where I can start rendering out the characters in more detail. I'm going to actually right now try to render the water to be much better than what it is. Work a little bit more on the ice. But I might meander around as I do. and focus on the characters that I normally would always hyper focus on, and they would be the central thing. But I've kind of fallen in love with this forest a little bit. I'm still very much keeping things loose with all that stuff. The characters' essential focus is the most tightened up. As I do more of these, I think I'll get better and better about adding details to everything. But it really helps to get the feeling of it right, and then using free textures or the filters to just make it feel more like a painting. I mean, it felt like a painting before, but it's just like the grittiness, not so soft. Foreground enemies. Yeah, I wasn't sure about spiders, and I ended up with spiders because I'm like, what kind of silhouette can I do that's creepy, that comes across really easily as this is something creepy? Spiders. Duh. Big ones. Alright, so this water was flowing. Some of it still is flowing. And some of it's freezing up. Now I did do textures to this, so I don't know how good it's gonna start looking with the paint over. I'm still learning. So I'm hoping that it will be, like, I'll be able to blend it really well, detailing it. I just don't normally paint these kind of things, paint landscapes. It's a whole bold new world for me. I should probably get a reference, because water going down rocks like this, like I've seen that a bunch of times, but it's in my own backyard. How do I render this with very good efficiency? Yeah, I think I'm gonna, because I'm not sure exactly how to do it's going down in levels like that along the rocks. Hello there, Zarlark. We're gonna have a nice chill painting session. I'm just looking at streams. I'm getting a lot of like waterfalls and really wrong perspective for me. They're going so fast. No. Yeah, I know that it can't be too smooth. It's gotta be wiggly water. It makes sense in my brain. Yeah, but a lot of this is just... Oh, like little lines like that? Oops. I think I'm gonna have to just mostly feel it out. This is probably the best image I'm gonna get, potentially. I mean, this one's nice. The mossy rocks. That's what I was trying to go for. Okay, I would like this image, and I would like this image for reference here. And I'm in Chrome, which means I can't just drag it right into Photoshop. Gotta go the long way around. Oops. Okay. What? Pixel aspect? No, I don't care. Oh wait. I could just do this. Put it right here. Take that. Put that right here. We can go back to our canvas and get back to work. But yeah, since this is not something that I normally paint, I'm going to be very slow and steady with this. I need stronger magnets. I keep on saying that. I keep on needing to Google first to make sure that I'm not going to hurt my machine by putting stronger magnets next to it. Can't take any chances, man. A little hard to try to differentiate what's going on here. So I've left this kind of purposefully murky so you can kind of fill in whatever you want to see with your eyes. Specialize. But now doing the detailing on it. I actually got to commit to some of these shapes. Anyway, I hope you're doing well, Zarlark. Painting liquids. It's crazy. I need to remember to clean it up as much as possible before I start throwing on texture. I kind of am like, I just go with what my intuition tells me to work on next, to just slowly fill in the picture. And that's why I make a mess with my layers and I have difficulties keeping things clean because I'm just focusing on bringing it more and more into focus. And I need to set aside the time, because now I'm just like covering up a lot of the old water. It's like, could have had that cleaned up earlier. Just have it nicely textured. Got a bunch of stuff done today, so that is nice. Oh, I always love that so much. I feel accomplished at the end of the day just by getting some stuff done. It's a very adult feeling. But yeah. Yeah, I can't help it sometimes. It's just like I feel like it's like I just want to work because that's what brings me joy, even though this is supposed to be my rest period. It's probably not like the best thing in the world, but just become so much of an adult that it's just it's like I need to do this. Oh boy. Just drawing lines right now, it's working out so far. Just gotta keep it up. Look at this. Water flow correct. Well, this needs to have some water coming off of it. Oh, there, Chris. A very cool picture, thank you. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see all of it. It's an illustration based on a story I'm working on with a friend. Gonna get the last of my stuff packed. All that I can pack down to advance, and then cleaning later. Technically, it is Monday. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's late where you are. Kairos. Kairos. I like it. I've never been one to claim that I can always pronounce all the different usernames. I do my best, like a school teacher on the first day of school. Oop. It's only a little bit strong there. That is hard to do. Which, being a school teacher on the very first day of school, or just pronouncing names correctly? I feel like both. Both would be hard. Let's see. New music. For me. One day, maybe, we'll live in a world where I can just play copyright music and not get... Oh, I was on green. Not get in trouble on YouTube or Twitch. I just worry with, like, water like this that I'm not doing it in an absolute straight line. It looks straight enough, but then when I zoom out, it's like, nope. And I have to tilt it. It's just a big old thing. I have to clean up all that ice. Okay. Water. Alright, now if I want to get this right here, this ledge needs to be lifted up so it kind of creates a lip to catch the water. That's going to cause other problems, I think. Because if it did, then the water would catch here. It could potentially come over this edge, which, yeah, creates more work. Okay, well, let's see how this goes. So if it's coming down here, oh, Photoshop. Don't do that to me. I'm working here. just say that that sticks out quite a bit so it won't catch any further. It just goes straight down. Does that do anything for me? Adding more water like that? I want to make this kind of stuff, but I don't want to pay monthly. I do have 2 programs in mind. Ah, you mean like Photoshop? I mean, to be fair, CS6 I think you can still just buy outright. And it's a perfectly fine program to use. I started with Photoshop 7 like way back in the day. And the program is so fundamentally similar to like across all of its versions. I could go back to Photoshop 7 if I could get it running on these modern computers, mind you. And I'd still be able to do pretty much everything when it comes to digital painting that I do now. They add in some like new tools as time went on that are useful for speeding up your workflow, but they're not something that like you need to have. And they did polish a lot of tools to make them more efficient, but they still all worked in like the older versions. The only thing that like was really like, oh my gosh, this is amazing that they finally updated in this was in CS6 they had like an autosave feature. So if something happened and your computer died or whatever, your work would have been saved up to a certain point because you can set it in minutes, like save every 5 minutes or save every 10. And in this newer version of CC, they did make it so that you can group your brushes, which was another like, oh my gosh, this is the best feature ever. But you can live without it. It's not really that big of a deal. I actually have brushes here on the side that are just like, this is my basic brush list, and then I have my plants list. So I already had them organized without needing that feature. So really, what I'm saying is, you could get CS6, buy that as a program that you own, and it's fully featured. It would work fine, and you wouldn't have to pay monthly, because paying monthly does kind of stink. Because the more you actually use it, you know, the more it cuts into you. So that's my 2 cents as a longtime Photoshop user. Especially if you're not using like any of the 3D stuff. I never use that. But there's a new program that came out that I was like, oh, I should learn how to use it so I can like not be just because I do hate that I'm so used to working in Photoshop and this is the program that I know the best, that I use all the time, because it is expensive. And I don't always trust that Adobe's business practices have my best interest at heart. But I'm forgetting what it was called. I'm gonna have to look. I just remember the image that you see when you go to the website, and that's super unhelpful, but that's what you get when you have a very visual memory. But, and then there's like other ones like Paint Tool Sai. I hear good things about that. I hear like it feels better, the brushes, which is interesting. I don't know what that would really mean. Krita? No. How much? I think it was like... you know what? I can't even say, because I feel like if I would give out a wrong number, it'd be weird. God, I can't remember it. It's gonna kill me now. But it wasn't like an obscene amount of money, like $300 or something stupid. It was definitely like an affordable program. I can't remember it. But there's art programs out there. As long as like you do your due diligence Google search, look at reviews. If you want to start with something that isn't Photoshop, I kind of recommend that, because Photoshop's amazing as like an all-in-one tool. Like the only thing you would really ever need if you just want to open up one program. Whereas other ones you might want other things in your workflow. But it's a little bit of a ball and chain. Once you learn a program, you just want to use that. Like, even retraining myself and using one of those other programs, it's going to take a while for me to get used to. I'm going to be slow at first. It's going to be annoying. Learning new things takes time. So, take care to what you commit to. I think what I need to do... Let's get a better blue. Let's do that faucet thing where it kind of gets bigger and then smaller. That's gonna give me a better look. More natural. Arrange the price. Have in mind, create an affinity suit. You know, I actually have not heard of either of those two things. I mean, so you just want to illustrate, right? Like paint? Or did you want to do other things too, like graphic design? Or is there like specific kind of illustrations you wanted to do? Because I know there's certain programs that are geared towards like comics. It's like a manga studio or something. It'll look like a very feature-rich program. I'd like to know the other one. Oh man. My brain is offering me Clip Studio Paint, but I don't think it's correct. Let me think. What was it? There's Paint to Slide that's been around forever. Procreate is a new one. Was it Procreate? Hold on. I don't think so. Cause that one's just like on the App Store. I don't think they have a Procreate for. Yeah, no, that's not. No, it wasn't Clip Studio Paint either, though that one is a good one. Looks like, oh wait, no, it is Clip Studio Paint. Thank goodness. I was like, no, it can't be it because I'm not seeing the image right away. And then I scrolled down and I saw it. That's what it is, Clip Studio Paint. Yeah, you can get it for $50. If you want like the extra bells and whistles, then it's the $219, which is a thing. But for just illustration, it's a good price. Krita is an open source program. It's like an open source program, free. Well, I don't know. I can't really say anything because I don't know it, so I have no opinion. But that is nice. Like, I do enjoy when programs are free, and plenty of them have like free trials, so you can try out and figure out what you really want to use. Because half the battle is just learning how to use the program. I still remember teaching myself Photoshop, and I had to branch out very slowly. Like, I started with just very simple, what was analogous to like something like Windows Paint, and then just slowly incorporating more and more. Do you mind linking it? Sure. But yeah, I think like another big thing for me is why I stuck with Photoshop. It's because there's a lot of resources that cater to Photoshop because it's such an industry standard. Like, there's a lot of people that just offer free brush packs, and they're often for Photoshop. And I think like some of these other programs might take brush packs, and if they don't, that's something to consider, because having custom brushes it's very important. So make sure that Krita has that, because that's something that you're going to desire later on as you do this and progress. But yeah, that's another thing that pulls me into the whole Photoshop thing, is like, there's so much good free pre-made content that I could just grab. Because like, you can make your own brushes, and like, it's a good thing to do that if you really want a very custom look or whatever is like comfortable for you. But it's also really nice to just, get something that you know works. Someone else, check it out yourself. But I do know like and other like older programs that have been around that I know that those have like brush packs as well, like Paint Tool Side. There's people that do that, and different filters. Not too much, like there's also scripts and stuff, but I really pay most of my attention to brushes. What else? Both created. Oh, then you're good. You can have brush packs, and those should be a good fun time. That's not what I wanted, I need this. Affinity uses Photoshop packs? Ooh, well then you're really good. We can take in Photoshop brushes. It's very nice. So yeah, I didn't see. What kind of illustrative work do you want to do? Do you do any like traditional stuff right now? Push that back a bit. So weird doing this with contacts on. I'm so used to just sitting down with my glasses. Dang it, Photoshop, don't do that. Stop. Every time I stream, there's always going to be some of that lag. Abstract, mandala, using the symmetry tool, anything really? Oh, alright. Well then I guess at that point, well, yeah, if you have a symmetry tool, like the painterly brushes aren't as important. I've never done too much abstract stuff, so don't really have too much to say on that kind of thing. Except that I hope you find success and joy in whatever you do. Am I adding too much light here? No, not really. Cool. Does that look right? I'm not super satisfied with this, obviously. But it's getting there. Oops. Too far. It's all under the digital art moniker. There is quite a wide umbrella for digital art, it is true. But there's a lot going on with it. It's just like saying I want to be an artist. It's just a lot of choices underneath that. A lot of different skills. Some of them have some pretty decent crossover. Gotta make these stones nice and icy somehow through squiggles. Squiggles and lines. New music. Like how I have this under the water layer, but I've just been fiddling around with rocks and all sorts of stuff. It all interconnects. Do I want... I don't think I want to do that. I originally had the idea of water, that's why there's a little bit of a wisp of blue coming up from here. But I think I'm going to forego that. Yeah. Okay, we are going to make this a perfect... Dang it! It's always so much easier with the mouse. I make a clipping mask here. Because I want to do a little bit of lighting control here. Just very softly. Oh, come on. Oh my goodness. That's... Get your act together, Cintiq. There we go. I gotta be careful because I'm making this layer only affect the layer beneath it, rather than just painting wherever. But since I was doing stuff, like with moss, I don't necessarily want to darken that. I might a little bit, but I just mostly want to just target the water so I can get a more dynamic look to it. It's all about lighting. Well, maybe not. All about value. Value control? I don't know. Just push some stuff back, bring some stuff forward. You start getting more of an effect of water falling off of surfaces rather than it just sitting on top of it. I don't like how that goes though. So it just gives it some dimension there. And then we're gonna go in and add some more light. Just keep doing that and keep building up. Another reason why I want to do digital art of any kind is to be lost in my head for hours. With this sort of music play in the background. I see. I don't know. I guess it really depends on the person and the art and everything. I just feel more like I'm very intensely focused on a task and trying to like juggle a list of like these different things, like how the lighting bounces, what kind of material it is, the texture of it, like all these things. Like I'm constantly going back and forth in my mind. I'm just focus, and then oh yeah, this detail. Oh yeah, this detail. Like I think for me, getting actually like lost in my head, well, I don't know, like it's just a daydreaming aspect of it when I'm trying to like come up with a picture before I start painting it. It's an interesting concept though. To get lost like that. I remember the best feeling I've had with like that kind of realm of thought is when I was playing an instrument, when I was playing piano. And I wasn't really lost in my head, really. I had to be out of my head because I needed, like, it was just a completely different operation of my brain. And I thought that was always really cool because it was almost meditative because I couldn't be thinking in the traditional way that you do, like having that inner monologue or daydreaming about things. And I just had to like be in sync with my body because it was listening to like as I was playing, like I was listening to the song and what would come next, and that kind of focus was always really cool. You get lost in your work, it's called the void. Yeah, but it's still like me doing a lot of processing. Like it's a lot of effort where I'm just like constantly focusing on all these different things. I mean, I like it, obviously. It's just the different modes that your brain can go into. Oh, I want to add... See, like I just saw another thing. It's like having a good kind of ADD for me. with this. Not really, no. Just underneath the other rock. I see. Okay. Enough with getting distracted. Nice, refreshing water. And I just hit my headphones with my pen. Perfect. Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I can like really multitask what the values should always be depending on the overall picture. So when I'm in here and I'm zoomed in on this and I'm just like working on this, I know like, okay, it needs to be lighter and darker, and it's isolated creation. And then when I zoom out, I'll probably be like, okay, it's a little bit too bright. Oh my god, Photoshop. Don't do that. And then have to compensate and compensate. So that it is uniform with the rest of the image. Because obviously, you're going to have your highlighted areas. Right now you've got her with the light hitting her, then the rock and the ice here. So some of this water is going to be hitting light probably directly, and some of it's going to be in shadow, so it's going to have like lights and darks to itself, but it's going to be much more subtle. Like, this already is too bright. But I need to have that contrast of lights and darks. doesn't look right anymore. Get lost in the dark. A real server in Minecraft building my new base up. Time passes so fast. Time passes so fast when you're making a thing. It's so true. Like, it doesn't even matter, like Minecraft, art, a random craft in your room, whatever. Time just seems to go faster when you're working on a project. But yeah, Minecraft is something else sometimes. Look at this sparkling, magical water. So cool. So we kind of went from that to this. Gives it a lot more dynamic feel. But now it's kind of competing with the lighter focuses here. Like the light coming in, the ice. So we do need to push it back a little bit. But overall, it's pretty cool. And now, I don't know if I should use this particular brush I'm going for, but I'm going to give it a go. Oh yeah, I have all these these extra brushes here. I just ended up not using. Like this, I could get the flow of the water. But I just had the other, like a lot of my basic brushes cover those bases where I don't need. Oh, mist. Was that it? I think it was mist. Yeah. Not splash. The splash actually might be more of what I want. Not that one. Not that one. And these could be used as cloud brushes too. It's always so flexible, actually. Yeah. Okay. Now I want this layer to be on screen, I think. Come on, Cintiq, I swear to God. This express remote thing, the worst. The worst. It might be like Photoshop CC for all I know. Just sometimes just doesn't want to enlarge the brush. Trying to give it a wet look. My cat is struggling with the cat door. Guys, what the hell? Okay, both my cats are screwing around. I think the one is just trying to make sure the other one doesn't come in. Just to be an ass. This isn't a totally necessary step or anything for like little streams like this. This is purely just to enhance the whole magical, mystical effect. Probably even went overboard a little. A little bit. Okay, they're gone. It's like, do I have to get up? Do I have to deal with my cats? And no. And sometimes just checking these other layer modes is kind of useful. Less washed out look. So we're really trying to push the whole lush, saturated feel of this place. That looks a lot better. Okay, I like that. So a little bit of water I was doing here. I'm kind of having a stream. It's very icy though. I'm gonna turn him off so I can see more of what I'm doing, and I'm going to try to fiddle around with this. And then do the value checks afterwards. Be overly indulgent probably with creating layers on this one just because I can. It's pretty awesome. Oh god, what brush should I use for that? That's a very good question. Was it grunge? Could have been. Yeah. God, I feel like I need to get another reference out for Ice Baby. keep that? I don't know. I heard a ding! What could it possibly be? The cackle. Love it. Yeah, I still have the GIF bot that I was gonna set up eventually. God, ice. That's a whole nother thing that reflects light differently. Try to keep this pretty loose. It's pretty obvious that this is like ice, so don't have to do anything too crazy. Which is great. Photoshop, no! Don't do it. Alright, this water. Let's go back to our slightly textured brush, but not super crazy. God, my eyes are wigging out. Wearing contacts is crazy. Because since I'm nearsighted, wearing glasses for fireside stuff, it works fine. Like if I'm just out and about. And it's so bizarre because I'm used to very clear vision when I'm nearsighted. Like when I'm wearing glasses, if I'm looking at something close up, I'll just like flip them up so that I can see. What? Next time it's gonna be exercise. Sorry, Lark. So I don't have that luxury right now, so I'm just like, I'm trying to focus, but I feel like I can't completely focus properly. It's a really weird feeling. Like everything is sort of in focus. Like appropriately, I can see and see things clearly, but it just feels off. Okay. How's that look? Weird. I think I need some way to have the water flow in here so that it can be coming down. It'd be like right in here. It's mostly blocked by him, but the logic stands. Oh, what tablet do I use? I see. Sorry. I used to use for close to 10 years. This is back in the day. Wacom had the Intuos and the Cintiq line, and I think that was about it. And that was when Intuos was professional grade. Nowadays, I've learned that like you can say Intuos, and that could just mean like one of the cheapo ones. I think Bamboo's right below it. So I still have Intuos 4. It was the wired version. They had come out with a Bluetooth version right after I got it, and I was so upset. Intuos 4 I used for forever. It's great. Like, you don't need a screen in your tablet, I'm going to say right now. But I just recently got a pretty massive upgrade. I'm using a Cintiq, a 24, Cintiq 24 Pro? 24-inch Pro? I don't know if that's the correct arrangement of those words. It might be like Cintiq Pro 24-inch, whatever. With the non-touch, because we don't need to go overboard here. It's incredible to be able to paint on your canvas, like to just be able to draw like you would with paper, just seeing it right there beneath you. I do enjoy that. If you can have that, it's great. And having the screen real estate that I do, that was very important to me, because there's so many artists that develop wrist issues. Like, it's very common that you develop wrist issues, and I think a large part of that is you have the repetitive movements that you're doing over and over again, but you also, if you're working on a smaller quote-unquote screen space, like if you have a little tablet, you're just making more minute movements. Whereas if you have something that's larger, because I had the Intuos 4 large, so it was a busty tablet. It was pretty big. I had to have a special case to carry it around when I was in college and I was traveling to the art department. I was able to make more sweeping motions, and I think that's healthier overall when you're doing a lot of art. And also, this is having a screen tablet is pretty nice when you can tilt control. I suppose you can also do that towards the end of having Intuos Pro. I did that as well. Like, I got a little easel that I could lift it up so that I was having a straighter back rather than always leaning over the tablet, because that's another issue that people have. Like, they have a lot of back problems because you're leaning over a thing. So I have this new Cintiq with a monitor arm, so I can really just draw as if I was like on a drafting board or table where you have that like lean going on, so I can sit up erect and draw and feel comfortable. It's great. The only caveat is this stupid Express remote. My Intuos had like built-in buttons and wheel, and this one, it's just a remote that you slap on to the Cintiq, and it's supposed to stick because of magnets. These magnets suck. So it'll like drop a lot and slide around on the side of the tablet here where it belongs. That's kind of a pain. I feel like they could have designed that better. And the wheel is flush. I liked my Intuos better because it had a indented wheel, so you could tell, because like when you're drawing over here, you're not looking at your buttons. You just know where things are and you just go for it. It's a remote. It's like using a controller for gaming. You just know, or a keyboard when you're really good at typing. And this wheel being so flat, it's hard for me like I have to travel a little bit. I have to feel around a little bit to know that I'm on the wheel. And I've noticed it's a little bit persnickety. Like it jumps more than my old one if I'm trying to like bring up or down the brush size or zooming. It's just a little bit more jumpy. So that's kind of lame. I can't recommend the Express Key remote, but if you're going for one of the newer tablets, you might have to get it. I don't know. But yeah, it's the only real concern I have about tablets is to make sure that you have enough space for your arm to move. It also adds the accuracy of when you're performing actions, when you're drawing details, so that you can zoom out and do wider range of detailing and stuff without always having to zoom in to be more accurate. And that's my ramble on tablets. I don't remember what I was doing with that layer, so I'm making a new one, because I can. Oops. Yeah, we'll do something like this, I think. We'll have the water come over here. What would you recommend for an absolute beginner? I would recommend a tablet that doesn't have a screen in it for an absolute beginner. Unless you can get a really good deal on one that has a screen. It's just too cost prohibitive, I think, for someone who's just starting out. And getting a smaller screen, it's not the best deal. So I would recommend just a regular tablet. It takes like about a week to get used to not looking at your hands. I would recommend one if you can get like a medium, if medium means the same thing as it used to for back in my day. It should be enough space for you to be able to move around on. At least 2,000 or around 2,000 levels of pressure for your pen. It comes with an eraser. That's important. My actual very first baby tablet, that was like some off-brand Chinese thing way back in the day. It didn't have an eraser, and that stunk. Always having to go over to the toolbar every second whenever you want to like erase or draw. It's not worth it. I think that's pretty much it. It's my recommendations. And I mean, like, I haven't always used Wacom because there was the Chinese one, but ever since that one, I use Wacom. I think it's a good product, and like I said, I have my Intuos. I still have my Intuos for 10 years. It still works just fine. They still support it with drivers. Windows would come out with an update that would like break the thing. And then within a day, Wacom was like, here's a driver that would just fix it. And then I would be able to just draw again with pressure sensitivity. So they're very good about supporting their products for a very long time. They are expensive. It's like getting a Mac computer. You're paying an upfront cost. But I trust them more long term. So I'd also recommend Wacom. Since they are expensive, I would say try to go for a refurbished or a lightly used one. because then you can get a way better deal. If you get one that's like a generation older, you'll also get a way better deal, and they don't really change that much. It's kind of like how I was saying with Photoshop, where there was just incremental changes. You can use an older tablet and you'll get along just fine. So that's where you can like get some deals. All right. Yeah, that should work. And I have the water freezing over. All right. It is 7:30. So I'm gonna call it for the stream. If you have any more questions, ask them now. Before I sign out. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed, and spread the word if you did enjoy it, because it helps the channel. You can check out the Discord if you've not yet done so, and if you want to ask more questions there or get any art help, the Discord is the place to go. I'll be able to be much more helpful there with like links and stuff. And there's other people on there too that have informative art opinions. I think that's pretty much. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you very much. If you have comments or feedback about the stream, you can share them by using the feedback links on the Twitch info panel or the ReadMe text channel on the Discord. And as always, from my heart to yours, good luck!